find it interesting that you should ask people for their standard for a belief in God. So what I would do is turn it around and look at it the other way. I would say, I believe in God and you don't, but what is it then that you do believe in? And so an atheist will actually have to believe in something, and usually they believe in their government, their scientists, the university professors, the knowledge that presently exists in the world, and believe that they're going to benefit. Because after all, what a person believes in is something that they think will benefit themselves. So a person who believes in God thinks that that belief will give them some personal benefit. And an atheist who doesn't believe in God actually has to believe in other things, and those other things are what the atheist believes will give them some personal benefit. So the real difference between a person who believes in God and one who does not believe in God is that a person who believes in God thinks that if they actually do what God tells them to do, then they will benefit. And an atheist will normally believe that if they do what their scientists and governments and professors and the knowledge that is currently present in the world tells them is the right thing to do, then they will benefit. An atheist also might actually depart from all those governments and scientists and libraries and knowledge that exists in the world and decide for themselves what the right thing to do is. And so there is a difference, and that is in what you think you will benefit from. Now, more interesting is that if we're living in the world where Jesus Christ hasn't come yet to establish his kingdom, then the world is actually benefiting from all those other decisions that people, including atheists, are making, and they're based on their belief in governments and professors and libraries and university professors and magazines and newspapers. And the cool thing about that is that you can look around the world and immediately measure the benefit of what it is they believe in. On the other hand, a person who believes in God and wants to do what God says can't look around the world and immediately measure the benefit of what they believe in, because they're living in a world that believes in something else and are making decisions based on what they think is the right or wrong thing to do, the good or bad thing, because they think they know the difference between good and bad. And now we're back to the original sin in the Garden of Eden. You really won't die because you will know the difference between good and evil. So because we are living in a world which is supposedly benefiting from all these decisions that people are making, and of course people make decisions, who make decisions believe they're making the right decision. No one makes a decision thinking it's the wrong thing to do. They always make a decision that they believe is the right one. And so now, looking around the world, we can immediately see the benefit. We can measure the value of those decisions. So when you look around the world, what value do you see? Like with the poverty, the sickness, the wars, the death, the injustices, the corruption. So these are the benefits of deciding for yourself or using other means or other people's knowledge in universities and newspapers to make decisions. And so that is what atheists believe in. And the cool thing about it is that you can immediately measure the value of their belief. unfortunately, for a person who believes in God, they don't have the opportunity right now to measure the value of that belief, because believing in God, you would do what God said, and what you have to do in order to measure the value of that is imagine what the world would be like. And so, in a way, people who believe in God don't have the benefit of looking around the world and seeing what it would be like if the whole world was made up of people who believed in God. And so you have to use your imagination. What would the world be like if we all followed the commandments that God and also Jesus Christ gave us? So what would it be like if every man treated each other the way they would want to be treated? And so we don't really know, because we've never actually experienced it. We have to imagine what it would be like if everyone obeyed God. So we're kind of at a disadvantage. And yet, in a way, I think belief in God shows optimism for what we really want the world to be like. Whereas an atheist has settled for what they see happening around the world and believe that they actually can make it better if anyone is disappointed. And believe you me, if you look at what's happening around the world today, I'd be very surprised to find anyone who's truly happy with what they see. Am I making sense? So I think the whole question should be approached from a different angle. It's not why you don't believe in something. It's what do you believe in, and what is its value, whether you can actually measure it or not, or whether the value of what you believe in is something that presently exists in your imagination and is just a hope for the future.